I'm Daniel Priestley, the co-founder of Intrivo. We run an entrepreneur growth accelerator in Australia, Singapore, UK and the USA, looking at the way entrepreneurs and leaders grow their brands as key people of influence. We've discovered that by growing your brand as a key person of influence, you can attract opportunities, you can earn more money and have more fun. So I want to share with you the evolution of brands and why it's important to build a key person of influence brand and where that fits into the brand architecture. Before I do that, just share with you a little bit about our story and where we're from. We were founded in 2010 and we've grown a global business in less than 5 years. We run conferences all over the world with about 500 to 600 entrepreneurs and leaders at any given time. We've done those in countries all around the world, and Inc. magazine has said that we're one of the top personal branding conferences in the world. We're the world's leading personal brand accelerator, as mentioned by the Huffington Post. And we've won some pretty major awards for the work we've done with people's brands. It's resulted in us becoming one of the fastest growing companies in Australia and winning awards in Asia and in the UK as well. I've personally written 3 books. One is called Key Person of Influence, which is about how technology leverages personal brands. The other one is called Entrepreneur Revolution, which is about how to create an entrepreneurial environment that attracts top talent. And the third one is called Oversubscribed, which is about why people line up for a brand and why in a world of technology they would join a waiting list, pay a premium or get in line for a product or a brand, even though their technology can help them to find other alternatives very quickly. So let's talk about the evolution of brands. The first thing I want to talk about is product brands. So product brands we saw with Coca-Cola was actually a bottle of Coca-Cola, and we saw with Hoover it was actually a vacuum cleaner, and the product and the company were the same name and the same brand because companies represented typically a product. Marlboro cigarettes would be another example. We then saw the evolution of product and company brands. So companies like McDonald's have Big Macs and they have Happy Meals. And then we saw the whole world break into product and company brands. So Coca-Cola owns lots of different products, and Kellogg's owns lots of different products. All over the world, different companies were able to build the brands of both their company and their products. Then we saw something interesting with Michael Jordan and Nike, and that was one of the first really successful global brand ambassador relationships. Michael Jordan represented all the things that Nike wanted to say about their brand. Michael Jordan did well out of the relationship, and Nike did well out of the relationship based upon a really great symbiotic brand ambassador relationship. Eventually we saw something new happen, which was the emergence of the celebrity CEO. So for a long time, the CEO of an organization was never someone who was publicly seen. They ran the company from behind the scenes, behind their desk, and they really didn't appear in the media, or their name or their personality wasn't something that the company tried to make known. Then we had Bill Gates and Steve Jobs come along as tech wonder kids who built their brands based upon their celebrity CEO brand. And that sparked a different view of how celebrity should be. So companies started to grow very rapidly if their celebrity CEO was willing to go out and talk at conferences, be featured in the media, demo the product, talk to new recruits, talk to the marketplace. All of those things that a celebrity CEO was expected to do actually worked and developed great fast growth companies. When Steve Jobs passed away, he also passed the mantle of celebrity CEO onto Tim Cook. But Tim Cook didn't just take on the role of celebrity CEO, he built key people of influence throughout the entire organization. Famous designers, famous engineers, famous software developers started to be featured at all of the conferences, and he was able to build these key people of influence as personality brands within Apple as well. We've also seen this at Facebook. We have a celebrity CEO, which is Mark Zuckerberg, but we also have a celebrity COO, Sheryl Sandberg, who wrote the book Lean In. She's featured in the media, she writes very well-read blogs, she speaks at TED conferences, and she's a key person of influence for Facebook in and of her own right. And then we see this trickling further and further into the organization. So there's a book called Data Smart by Jon Foreman, and he's a data scientist in MailChimp, a technology company. Now, John goes out and speaks at conferences all over the world. He's released a very well-read book, and he's become a key person of influence in the world of data engineering and data science and big data. And he attracts top talent to him, he attracts opportunities to him, and he is an asset to MailChimp because he's also a key person of influence brand in his own right. Now, if you look at any big conference these days and you look at all the people that they've asked to come and speak, you won't just see CEOs, you won't just see authors and celebrities, you'll actually see CTOs, COOs, you'll see data scientists and engineers. So all through the levels of the organization, you'll find people who are representing the brand with their personality brand. What's interesting is that when someone represents their company as a key person of influence, they become more valuable in and of their own right, and the company becomes more valuable in its right too. So it's a wonderful host-beneficiary relationship. So let's talk about what makes a key person of influence and why it would be valuable to become one. Well, the first thing I want to let you know is that it's very rewarding to be a key person of influence. Income distribution is very highly skewed towards the top 10% of any company or any industry. Typically, the top 10% are earning about 70% of all the income that's available within a company or within an industry. We can see that across countries with income distribution, and we can also see it within businesses. What's also interesting is that over the last 30 years, becoming a key person of influence is worth 300% more than what it used to be in the 1980s. Because of technology, a person who represents a brand can reach 3 times further than they were able to just 3 decades ago, and therefore that role is worth more than 3 times as much. So an accountant who's out there talking to audiences in the 1980s was probably reaching hundreds of people. Today, if they're recording videos, putting books out, they're actually reaching thousands of people. So they're more highly paid and more highly valuable. So how do we become a key person of influence? The first thing to know is that there is a framework. We've been testing it over the last 5 years across 50 different industries with entrepreneurs and leaders ranging from startups right through to multi-million and even billion-dollar businesses. And the framework is the 5 Ps. The ability to pitch an idea, the ability to turn an idea into published content, to translate that into products and services, to raise the profile of the organization, the products, and also the key people of influence, and then to do partnerships. Now, those 5 Ps are a very powerful framework for becoming a key person of influence. If you get it right, you actually end up being able to transfer from someone who is an expert or a consultant or someone who's a networker, well known, liked, and trusted by a lot of people, into what's called a key person of influence. If you're an expert or a consultant, it means you've got valuable insights, but not many people know it. If you're a networker, it means you know a lot of people, but not a lot of people know how valuable your insights are. We need to get both right through the 5 Ps, and then you'll position yourself as a key person of influence. If you do so, you'll attract more opportunity, you'll have more fun, and you'll make more money. As you can see, brands evolve, and it's really important for you and your organization for you to position yourself as a key person of influence. If you want to know more about how to do that, or you want to translate these ideas for you personally, visit keypersonofinfluence.com/scorecard, where you'll find a 40-question questionnaire that tests you on some of the key aspects of being a key person of influence. It'll give you a score in each of the 5 Ps, as well as an overall score and a tailored 30-page report as to how you can improve.